right. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tabletop Temple, where we paint, we play, and we pray to the dice gods. I'm going to give it a little bit more time for people to join up. But tonight we are playing the tabletop solo RPG game, KINLESS. It is designed by Chris Williams, Liz Borowski, and I think Liz actually did the artwork. I'd have to double check into that. I apologize if I got that wrong. So, let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Gameplay. Yeah. Liz Borowski, Elizabeth. Yeah, she did the artwork. So, yeah, and designer was Chris Williams. Chris did all the writing. So, I played this quite a couple of times in the past, and quite frankly, I think it's amazing. But, yeah. So, just to kind of set up, I got the map going right here. I got a notebook to where I'm going to be taking and jotting notes on. Blah, blah, blah. Let me go ahead and turn to clean paper. I have the dice, which is right here. All the pretty dice. Got a dice tray right there. I got myself my giant oversized D20 in case I need it. And yeah, I am ready to get this thing started. Let's scooch that on over. Excuse me, get the pencil out the way. Let's do this. Alright. So, trying to give it a few more minutes for people to join on. But while we wait, in case you're wondering, let's see. The name that was actually chosen, the winner, I didn't even take a look, which I'm pretty certain it was Hella, but let me double check that. So yeah, the winner is Hella the Grave Touched. So that's why I have the little female silhouette, because when I put up that post, I decided to make 2 boy names and 2 girl names. So that is the name of our character. Hella the Grave Touched. Ooh, thank God it fit. Okie dokie. So, now that we got the name out the way, let's do this. I will go ahead and open up the book, because we need to finish creating this character. Not there. Not there. Not there. Not there. There we go. So, we got the name, we got the gender. So now we have to roll 3d6 4 times, and then we consult the ability modifiers chart, and we assign those results to her agility, her presence, her strength, and her toughness. Agility is balanced when it comes to defense, swimming, and running away. The presence is when I think it mainly comes into play whenever you're like aiming with a bow and arrow, or searching, etc. For strength, that one's pretty self-explanatory when you're attacking and you're carrying things, crushing, lifting, and grappling, etc. And then your toughness is your resistance to like elements, your poison, your HP, etc. for that as well. Oh, excuse me. Did not mean to do that. Okay, so that be the case, I'm going to need a couple more dice. Let's get this one. Let's get this one. Which I'm actually using the little box of the Fizzband tray. The Fizzband D20 box. It actually fits dice very well. Okay, so we roll The 3d6 is 4 times. Add up the results. So we have a 2, a 1, and a 3. Let me consult the chart. So that would be 7. That's a lucky number. So a 7 or an 8 gives us a -1. Oof. Not good. I don't like -1s. Alright. Let's go ahead and give those another roll again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coming back to the 9. The 9 gives us a 0. Alright. Let's go ahead and roll that bad boy again. So we got a 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10. Ooh, alright. So a 10 actually gives us another 0. So that's not the worst results in the world. Alright, and then finally, one more time. Give us something good. Give us something good. 3d6, right? Yeah, 3d6. So we got 5, 10, 14. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good roll. A 14 gives us an actual +1. So I'm going to write that, mark that down. So now we have to assign these results to one of these. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put the -1 to the presence. Let's see if somebody else if anybody's in chat. Why don't y'all go ahead and pick one? So I put the -1 to the presence because I think that one's going to be the one I won't be using quite a lot. And I could be totally wrong. That could bite me in the ass for all I care. So that one could very much bite me in the ass. So let's see. So we have agility, presence, strength, and toughness. I assign the -1 to presence. Trying to see if anybody in chat could give me that. I'll give it a couple of seconds. But I don't think the presence is really gonna give us anything crazy. So I could be totally wrong with that. So I do have an idea what I want to put on the toughness, though. Not the toughness. The toughness. Let me see if I could do that. Starting gear. Yeah. I think I'm going to put the toughness... The +1 on toughness. Yeah, see, I had the same idea. +1 on toughness. Now, bear in mind, we are going to be dying a lot in this game. So, and that's the only other two results. 0 on strength, 0 on agility. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is... You are a survivor and a total badass. Add +1 to a single ability modifier during character creation. Let's see. You know, toughness actually gives us our health starting. So I'm actually debating it to put it to that. But I also might put it on strength or agility. Or to balance things out, I could actually put it on... presence and bring that up to 0 as well. So, Decisions. We are the most badass of Vikings. Now, what do I put it for? I don't know. I think I'm going to put it on strength. Let's go ahead and do strength. Let's do strength. Let's go ahead and erase that. +1. So we got a +1 on strength, +1 on toughness, -1 on presence, and 0 for agility. So we're not that agile, but my god, we are tough and we are strong. Okay, so now we got to give us our starting money. We roll a d6, and if it's a 1, your mother has slipped you a d4 silver pieces before they dragged you away. Otherwise, you have no money. Well, ain't that about a B? So, let's get rid of these two. Let's go ahead and roll a d6 and hope for a 1. It is a 6. Okay, so that didn't do us anything. So we got no money. Whoa, we got no money. I don't like not having money. Why do we not have money? Alright, so now we have to roll our hit points. That is our max. And I'm pretty sure we also start with that. Like, we're starting fully healed. I'm pretty sure we're not down that much down on our luck. So you roll a d8, and you roll a d8, and then you add your toughness, and that is your health. So let's see here. Let me see. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm coming. Okay, cool. I had to double check something. So yeah, we roll a d8. As soon as I find the... duh, I'll put it right here. Hopefully it's a high number. It is... Well, I don't know if it was a 6 or a 2. You know what? Screw it. I am going to roll twice, and I'm going to take the higher result. So the first one was a 6. And the second one is a 1. So yeah, I am going to take the 6. That's always nice. So starting HP is 6 out of 6. Starting gear, we begin our Sago with this, we got an axe, and we have light armor on. So our equipment is, we got an axe. It does D8 damage. We have nothing in our left hand, and then we have light armor, which I'll explain how combat works in a little bit. We have light armor, and that is minus D2 of damage. Okay. Our hunger, fatigue, and our favor values all start at 0. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. All right. So, that being said, so yeah, these are examples of character sheets, and there will be tests. There will actually be effects. This is why hunger and fatigue matter, because your hunger is gonna depend on your it gets tracked by these little stat trays right here, and depending if you have a 1, 0, if you have a 1 or a 0, it actually, you kind of want it on 0, but if you have a 1, your hunger drives you, you get a +1 on hunting and foraging. A 2, you're very hungry, then you go to starving and ravenous. It affects you as you continuously go. Same thing with fatigue. And then you also have favor. Favor is, you can kind of think of them as a bit of boons, because, how can I put this? We can call upon the gods. The gods are supposed to like us, but the actions we take can also make them hate us. So that's always not good. So, like, for example, find a way or make one. When it seems hope is gone, find a way or I will make one. Invoke this before battle, and you will not be broken until reaching -5 HP. After battle, if you are still alive, greater than 0 HP, you gain 1 fatigue and 1 favor. You flip a coin. If it's heads, you collapse unconscious and lose all remaining actions for the day. Tails, you are awake, but you may only use rest actions or you will die. Either way, the next day you have D3 HP. So it's you can call upon gods for help, but it could also bite you in the butt really, really fast. Now, I mentioned in my unboxing video, the weather even has effect on you. As the days start, the weather, you got to roll for the weather, and that will depend on what you could like what happens. You could have -1 attack, -1 to move and hunt. It just all depends on how you roll for the weather. So now to explain the actions themselves, we could hunt, forage, and fish, in which case we will roll dice and then get the results on what we got. We can move, we can rest. Move is actually very simple. We're moving hex to hex. Sometimes, our actions will, or the weather, or depending on really what happens, that could affect it as very well. We can rest. You can heal 3 3d HP. A D3, my bad. You can sacrifice anything that you have. Like, let me see. How can I best explain sacrifice? You can sacrifice live creature, meal, silver, special items in an attempt to raise favor with the gods. So, if I have, how can I put this? If I have, like, let's say 7 meals and I don't need one, I can go ahead and sacrifice one of my meals, and you make a DR14, which is called a dice roll, but it's more, you can think of it as a check, and you could add favor to the gods whenever you get that. So yeah, look, there's an example. Eric has a 14 in favor, meaning he's been noticed. +1. He sacrifices 2 meals, an enchanted axe, and a live pig in an attempt to become favored. +2. He rolls an 11, adds 1 for his +1 favor, and then for his +1 favor, +2 for 2 meals, +1 for enchanted axe, and +2 for live pig, resulting in a 17. This is a margin of a +3, which adds his current favor. Eric now has a favor of 17 and is favored +2. Because like I said, like if you have a +1, -1, or whatever.
The joys of having pets.
Oh, wow. Because depending on where your favor is at, you can either be hated or you can be loved by the gods. It just all depends on what that chart represents and where you are in the favor with the gods. And now there comes down to combat. The first thing we do in combat is you roll a d6. 1 to 3, your enemies will go first, or whatever it is you're fighting goes first. 4 to 6, you go first. And then if I can make a best thing, let me see. You have, so here is an example of a bestiary appendix. So, like, for example, if we were fighting this adder, which, that's a snake. I never heard of them being called adders, but they look cool. Anyway, you would have to roll a d20, and then you would have to meet this 12 in order to hit them. So, if you roll a d20, you roll a 12, you hit them. It's kind of like an armor class in a way. Then you get to hit them when you're going to hit them with the axe. Obviously, that's what we have so far. They get to roll a d2, which the way I actually roll, normally you're supposed to flip a coin, but the way I do it is I roll a d4, and it's similar as rolling to D3. 1 to 2 is 1, and 3 and 4 is 2. But they'll take that much less damage for the D12, for the D2. Then, when it's their turn, you have to make a defense check to see if they're actually going to hit you. That is, for example, for this one, it's a 14. And if he's successful, he's actually going to take a D3 bite out of me, in which case I'm wearing light armor. I also have a minus D2 on my damage. So, there's also some keywords, although Chris, maybe you can explain it. If Chris is in the chat, I have not found the keywords anywhere in this book. Maybe I am looking in the wrong section. That's discoveries. I'll find it one day, but I'm gonna ignore keywords for now. So that's in a nutshell how combat works. Let's see. And there's also some other effects when you take on wounds. Carry long-term effects. Wounds come from a variety of sources. You roll a d6 when you take on wounds, and they also have effects on you, etc. So there's a few things, but enough about the full-blown rules of this game. It is a solo RPG. Let's go ahead and get going. So let's see. I know we have to roll for a start. There we go. So to get started, I'll actually read the story so far. It says, life in the village was good. You were married, had some land, some animals, and occasionally got into squabbles with your neighbor. You worked hard, and you lived well. You went on a few raids for the Jarl, neighboring villages mostly, sometimes places further away. You always came back. So everyone was happy. One day, the stranger arrived. Always smiling, that one. More than once you saw him whispering his secrets in the Jarl's ear. The raids became ever more frequent as the Jarl's demands grew increasingly urgent. Many lives were lost. Those who spoke out also disappeared, often dragged from their homes in the middle of the night. When the Jarl's men came for your son, you fought back, maybe a little too hard. A man was killed on your land by your hand. You would pay dearly for that mistake. As you watched your only son, little more than a boy, taken away for his first raid, you felt no pride, only fear. Days later, when he failed to return, your heart broke. Was this retribution for your actions? You stormed the great hall demanding answers, but there was none. Instead, you were met with the silent stares of guilty men. Enraged, you hefted your axe and hurled it at the Jarl. The stranger simply stood there next to him, smiling when your axe was deflected as if by magic. You were still screaming threats when they hauled you outside. Visibly shaken, the Jarl stepped out, pronounced your punishment, and returned to his meal. A small armed group led you deep into the woods with no time for goodbyes or to pack even the most basic supplies. One of them, an old friend of your father, turns to you. You'll be needing this, he said, as he threw your axe to the ground in front of you. As the others turned to leave, he looked at you one last time and muttered, I understand, really, but by the gods, don't come back. There's nothing here for you now but death. Now what? So here you are, in the woods, alone, with nothing but your axe and the furs on your back. You can always go home, but they have orders to kill you on sight, so you have to be ready. If you fail, you die. Of course, if you die, you can always try again and again. So yeah, we're going to be dying a lot in this game, but it kind of makes up for that because this game, in a way, yeah, it has combat, it has solo RPG elements, etc., but this game kind of feels a little bit more like Discovery. because it's unlocking kind of one really, really big story. Now, we have a choice. We could either start in Hex 168, because we could say that's where they dropped us off, or we can roll a d10 to kind of start anywhere on the map. What I think I'm going to do, just to make things interesting, I'm going to roll a d10. So, nope, that's a d12. Where is the d10? Is that the d10? Yes, it is. So, let's go ahead and roll the d10. It's 9. We are starting in Hex 053. So, let's look for Hex 053. That's actually, let me, that is right there. Hex 053. That is where we are starting this adventure. So we will go to it. Consult. So wrong one. I am going the wrong way. Ah! Alright, so 053 says to consult the snowy map region. Ooh, I think we got somewhere interesting here. So I gotta find the snowy map region. So we are in the freezing cold. Hello, ma'am. Let's see, where is the region? That's the bestiary. Maybe it's in the... Give me one quick second. Let me see if I can't find it. Regions. Here, status, weather. I gotta... Hmm? Oh, where is it? Nice. I gotta find... It said the snowy map region, right? Just making sure. Consult the snowy wood map region, sorry. There should be... Encounters, rumors, special encounters, nightmares, discoveries, forward. Map regions. Let's see. Snowy Wood, page 155. Now I found it. What? Oh, nice. Okay. So that is where we are starting. So I have the snowy wood. A scattered forest landscape, the woods south of the frozen coast sit under a near constant quilt of snow and ice. Dense clusters of birch trees surround large open glades in an almost patchwork design broken up by large rocky outcroppings and clumps of boulders. Constant harassment. You are unable to take a rest action in these hexes. Any attempt to do so results in a wolf encounter. Camping at night will not be restful either. Oh, that's fun. Reduced visibility. Hunting here is more difficult. It's -2 for hunting. Inclement weather. It is very cold and snowing constantly in these hexes. No more than 2 move actions per day. So. You will never encounter both Jarlfang and Skilled Hide in the same game. Whichever you encounter first is the only one for the current game, so choose carefully. Okay. So that being said, is there actually... Well, yeah. 53. Well, that's interesting. So... Let's see. Is there actually something... Forgive me, I'm trying to just to see what's going on here. Give me one quick sec. I will be right back. Okay, so that is actually, from what I'm understanding, that seems to be a pretty big part of the game. And we are literally just starting out. So let's go ahead and just play things safe and start on the starting hex, which I forgot the number of it. 168. So we are gonna go ahead and start on hex 168 as soon as I flip and find it. Give me 1 second. Ah, got it. Right here. Okay, so here we are. Now, I'm gonna say that it is the start of the day. So the first thing we need to do is we gotta roll for the weather. To show how this works. So the first thing we gotta do is roll for the winds. So we roll a d20. We got a 9. So according to the chart, light breeze, it's partly cloudy, so nothing big there. We are in cold, so immediately, as a matter of fact, I'll just show you. So we got a 9. All right, here we go. So we got a 9. It's a very light breeze. Super, super, super. Oh, where is it? Mm-hmm. Let me see. Winds. Okay, so the winds have, with the 9, has no effect on the temperature. So that's good. Now we have to roll for skies. We have a 6. It's partly cloudy. And now we have to roll for precipitation. And the way that precipitation works, so we're in the cold temperature. We have to roll above a 33. The first 2 rolls for the winds and skies, they're more along the lines there to affect the 3rd roll. So now we have to roll a check for precipitation to see if it truly hurts. As Vikings, they really like it cold. So it because when it comes to cold weather, we get a +1 to our toughness, +1 to our presence, and +1 to attack and defense. So we have to roll above a 33 to not affect that. And it was a 60, Brian, come on. And we have 60. So yeah, we got that. So right now, again, +1 to tough, presence, attack, and defense. So now we get to take our actions. So at the end of the day, we have to consume food for the nighttime. Otherwise, we're going to start going up and down that hunger chart. So I think the first thing we are going to be doing, we could hunt, we could forage, we could fish, we could move, we can rest, we could sacrifice, but we have nothing to sacrifice. We can search or special, but special only comes in on rare occasions. So I think the first thing that we are going to be doing, I think we should either forage or hunt. Chat, what do you think? So, yeah, I think that's the first thing we are going to hunt or we are going to fish. I know. Well, I'm aware. I think we're actually going to go ahead. You're going to fish? So we're at 168. Let me see if that affects our fishing. We can only fish by water. And currently, our map, oh, wrong way. I am down here. We actually are on a hex that is by water. So, nothing really affected by the weather. So that's actually great. But in hex 168, you stand at the edge of a large forest. A fast-moving river to your west races to the south. You hear forest birds calling out to each other as a stiff breeze pushes through the trees. We have a +1 for hunting and foraging, and -1 for fishing. So, that being said, we're supposed to roll a d12, but only when we come back to this hex. Disregard, yeah, and if you start the game here, disregard this roll until your next visit to this hex. So, we have a -1 to fish. So you just had to pick fishing. Let's see. I was just on the shit. Tea flavor. Need your stinking thing. Mm-hmm. Like a DR presence test, fish may be eaten as meals or traded like other meat and fur. If you have the proper gear. We don't have the proper gear. We don't have a fishing pole, so I guess we're just gonna be fishing with our bare hands. So we're constantly waiting by the water, and we're gonna see if we can catch a fish. So we have to make a D12 check. So we have to roll. Oh, I think it was actually DR 12, not D12. Make a DR 12 check. My bad. So it's a D20 that we roll. Let's see. So we're constantly waiting by the water, patiently, as if watching the water like a bird and a hawk, or an eagle as it waits for fish nearby. And we see one, and we catch nothing. We just touch the water and we go, it's so cold. The water's so cold. I don't know why I'm sounding like this, but the water's so cold. So we didn't catch anything. So that's action number 1. Action number 2. We do have we need food. Otherwise, we're going to start starving here by the end of the day. Chat, what do you think? Do you think we ought to go hunting on this hex? I think we might want to go hunting on this hex, but I want to see what you guys think. I want you guys to make the decisions for me. We could hunt. We could forage. We could fish. We can move hexes. We can rest, which pointless to rest right now because we're at full flipping health right now. We could search, and we could sacrifice, but we don't have anything to sacrifice, or special, which will not come up that very often. It's only particular things that come up with that. So, next action.
I didn't hear them, sorry.
So yeah, I mean, we do need to find food because if not, we're just gonna end up starving. So, all right, we're gonna hunt. Go get a blanket. So the way that hunting works, oh, I know that. I'm in the roll area. I don't want to spoil too many things from the book because they do. Just for example, you could see like all the entries of what each hex shows.
So it's just blasted full screen.
Yep. Alright, so that's daytime encounters, nighttime hunting. We roll a d20. What are we hunting for? That is a 15. Okay. We found a wolverine.
Okay, cool.
It's not the same kind of, well, not the same kind of wolverine. I know. I know. Alright. So, I don't want to bend this too much. Alright, so here is the wolverine. So we have to fight this thing now. Otherwise, if we got, there is one of the things to hunt. They won? Nice. One of the things to hunt, if it came across bunnies, we would just successfully hunt it. But at this particular case, we have to fight this wolverine. And if we win, we get D2 plus 1 meals and a wolverine pelt that's worth 25 silver pieces. Now, we'll just get the pelt. We're not gonna get the 25 silver pieces. We'd have to come across somebody to sell that to. So, for combat's sake, I'm gonna leave this right here. So for combat's sake, we have to roll a d6. If it's a 1 to 3, the Wolverine goes first. If it's a 4 to 6, we go first. And it is a 3. The Wolverine goes first. So, that being said... Huh?
The Wolverine looks like a beaver.
It's a Wolverine. It's got some sort of, at least the artwork kind of shows, it looks like it has a wing in its mouth. So, the Wolverine stands in front of us, snarling and slobbering, looks like it's ready to pounce and attack us. So we rolled our initiative, and he is going to be attacking first. So we have to make a dice roll of 14. Otherwise, we are going to get hit. So, hope for a 14 here. It is a 15. So the Wolverine pounces at us, and we just kind of step to the side, and it just misses us entirely. If I wouldn't have gotten that, he would have been able to hit us.
Why'd you move your whole damn chair?
Because I felt like it. Alright, so now, coming back to it, now we have the opportunity to attack it, but we need to make a 12. So we have our axe in hand. As we sidestepped and it came past us,
They can't see you.
I'm aware of that.
You don't.
So, as we sidestep, it goes ahead and we try to attack it with our sago in hand. So I need to make a 12. Ugh.
5.
That is a 13. So,
Saw that 5.
no, it was cocked on the 13.
Alert, it's not supposed to be cocked.
So what, you want me to re-roll it?
Yep.
Fuck. Alright, so... Ha! 19! Got a 19. Alright, so...
Your mouse
Hmm?
on that in broadcast. Your mouse was on in broadcast.
Oh. Okay, so now that we were actually succeeded to hit it, now we get to roll... Oh, I shouldn't have taken it off a roll area. So our axe does a d8 worth of damage. So we roll the d8, and it is a 3.
But it was a 5.
He gets to defend with a d2. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to roll a d4. If it's a 1 or 2, it's -1. And if it's a 3 or 4, it's -2. So that is a 1. He is taking -1 damage. Oh no, he's still taking 2 damage. So Wolverine. So he's taking 2. And he has a max HP of 9. He didn't appreciate that very well. So he turns right around and tries to hack at our leg. So he's just constantly gnawing at the leg. So he goes to attack our knee. Let's see if he actually gets to be able to do that.
Click the camera.
Oh, wrong one. So we got a natural 1. So that being said, I need to figure out what happens when you roll natural 1s. I kind of forgot. It's in their combat. Let's see.
Sorry.
No, you're good. This might very well kill me. If I die, then I'm probably gonna end it there. I'm just trying to show how this game works, mainly. Rolling a natural 1. I know it was on here somewhere.
You know where it is? In your face.
In my face.
It probably is.
Losing when being pursued. No. That's when you're broken. No. Those are wounds. No. Critical rolls. It's called a fumble. You take 2 times the damage and your armor is damaged as well. If you lose your weapon, you can still fight. Unarmed attacks deal D2 damage. It's not much. So you take 2 damage and your armor is damaged as well. So that's fun. Alright, so we're taking 2 times the damage. He is gonna roll a d6 for his damage. So, because he's biting my leg. 6. 6. He got a 6. He got a 6, and it's times 2, so it's 12. So I'm not gonna do shit. I only have 6 health. I only have 6 health. I'm dead. I'm dead. Let me show you something. See this little fucker right here? See that little fucker? He killed me.
He looks like a beaver.
A very snarly beaver. So, he killed me. There is some rules, like you could just get constant, if you get close to 0. Actually no, when you go to 0, you actually get knocked out, but they still take attack. So, oh, damn. But and for this particular solo RPG case, I'm just gonna say I died. I died. Where's the big Dark Souls screen? You died.
So were you expecting that?
Expecting what? That a Wolverine bit my leg and it killed me?
I mean, your caption says I didn't expect this.
Yes, I did not expect to die in the very first fucking round.
Language.
So, alright, let's go ahead and try to go somewhere else and get out of 168.
But you died.
I died, but you start over. So, I think I'm just gonna pick a place to go. Oh no, I'm gonna roll for it. Alright, so we roll a d10, and this is our starting hex. Alright. So roll a d10. Oh, sorry. So we roll a d10, and that's going to be our starting hex.
8.
So it's an 8. 298. That's down here. Hello, Felix. 298. That is right there. 298. I like it. So I think this is like the really muggy, hot area. Let's see. That's a snowy wood. Mm-hmm. Do 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 do. I will tell you, we are in the hot region.
Mike wants to roll next.
298. You stand at the edge of a swamp. The ground near the swamp is soft, and the stench of rot mixed with smoke lingers in the stifling air. To the northeast are scorched lands of the Dragon Wastes. It's sweltering, -1 to hunt. So any hunt rolls that we make, it's -1. So, which actually, when it comes to hunting, I think I did that wrong. Give me 1 second. I think I'm actually being dead serious. Because I think you gotta make... You were supposed to make a DR12 first, so you're supposed to check to see if you found. That I do. Alright, so same actions. Would you like to pull up a chair?
No.
Let you make the decisions that way?
No.
So,
I told you, it's Link's turn to roll.
we could hunt, forage, fish, move. We need food. Like, I'm sticking with these stats of the characters, but we need to make... We need to find
Well,
food.
you suck at hunting and fishing. So
Yeah.
go another route.
Yeah, but we have to... We can forage.
There you go.
Forage.
Find some plants.
We could forage. Foraging, successful DR12 for 1 meal, useful to prevent starvation. So, roll a d20. Well, so go ahead and roll me a d20. You can. Needs to be a 12. Or it bounces out.
It's a 3.
No, it didn't land in there. Do it again. That thing got some bounce to it.
6.
6. Nope, get no food. We're trying to look for plants and berries, and we find... Get the cat off of the table! So action number 2.
Is it funny that this one's a 19?
That's a 19. That's fine. So we got one. Oh, we got one meal. Yay. Okay, so let's actually try to hunt something.
Okay.
So roll. Well, no advantage. No advantage.
I was only gonna drop one.
Roll
I
me.
like the noise they make together.
Roll me a. Yeah, but there's gonna be 2 results. You
No,
roll
I'm
one.
only dropping one.
Oh, okay. So roll me a d20. Gotta make a 12.
15.
16. So, that being said... Alright, my love. So, wait, it was a 16. Minus 1 is... 15. We are hunting... Ooh, river otters. Let me look for otters. Fox.
So you can look at it when you're done.
It's fine. Otter. So, Miss Guru is gonna make all the choices for me and roll.
No.
I'm gonna go through like 3 turns and then I'm gonna call it. So, you see a little bitty river otter. He's very tiny, very prestige. Come approach you. But remember, you're hunting this thing. So he approaches you, and we are going to take out our axe because we need food. You think to yourself, man, this otter looks tasty. I wonder what its back leg tastes like, if it tastes like chicken.
Why the back leg?
Because the back legs always taste like chicken.
No, they don't.
So, roll a d6. If it's a 1 or a 3, the otter goes first. And if it's a 4 to 6, you go first. 1, he goes first. The otter takes a look at you, and he just like the Wolverine, he's not very happy that when he sees your axe. He takes you as a bit of a threat, so he tries to go climb up your leg and try to bite your knee. Maybe we'll have a little bit of better luck this time, because this one might not get it. So go ahead and roll me a d20. Roll a d20. 7?
Yes.
Okay. It's not enough to defend against him, so...
Clearly.
Not enough to defend against him. So let me do something real quick. Alright, so he is gonna go ahead and take a bite at you. With 4 damage. And you roll me a d4 because it's minus d2. So you're only taking 2 damage. So you are currently at 4 health. Now it is your turn. You have your axe in your hand, and you go. He's gnawing on your knee at the moment. He is taking bites out of your leg and just clawing at it. So you're just trying to swipe at it with your axe. So roll me a d20.
14.
14, you hit it. So go ahead and roll me a d8 because you're just taking a hack out of this thing. Yep, d8. That is a 7. And then he is going to defend against that. Minus 2, 6, 5. It's dead. Because he only had 5 HP. What we get for that is red meat. Tastes like pork. D2 meals. So roll me a d4. D4. Yep. 2 meals. So now we are at 3 meals. We also get otter pelt, which is worth 18 silver pieces. otter pelt. 18 silver pieces. So we got some things, which is nice. And I'm gonna say that the weather is the same. So actually, no, I was supposed to roll for the weather because we're in a completely different region. So I'm gonna roll. So 14. Some wind, moderate. Doesn't affect the skies. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. That's another 14. It's mostly cloudy, so it does not really affect our stuff. So now we're in the hot. Let's see. -1 to move action and agility, +1 fatigue. Ooh, fun. So we are now at a 1 for fatigue. Alright. So now we could... Oh, we can hunt again, we could forage, we could fish, we can move, we can rest, sacrifice, search, or special, which doesn't really come up all that much. So, second action.
I thought I'm sorry.
So, we could hunt, we could forage.
Bitch was just hunting and shit.
Yeah, but you need a lot of food, Sam.
My name's not Sam.
Not a lot of food, Miss Guru. So,
What other shit can we do?
it's at the top.
Let's sacrifice.
If you have like meals or live animals or anything like that, you can go ahead and sacrifice them to gain favor with gods. And you can, depending on where you are, you can use that to like call upon the gods to give you a hand in like your rolls, etc.
Yes, I'm going hunting again.
Or you can move hexes.
I move.
Where do you want to move to?
Fucking no.
Look up
You
here.
have to roll to move.
You don't roll to move, you just move hexes.
Sir.
We're in 298.
Sir, that's my chair.
So we can move in any one of those. Hello, Felix. So we can move in one hex around any one of these.
Go
One up. So we're at going to 280.
I thought you're already in 280.
No, we were at 298. So you're going more north.
And then I want to hunt.
The smell of that was the hunt was action 1. You get 4 actions a day. You moved. The smell of scorched earth drifts in from the east. You see many tracks here heading into the woods to the west. +1 hunting, and foraging.
Okay.
So if you want to hunt again, you'll get a +1 to that roll. And you just need to make a 12 to hunt.
Yes, please. I have to roll a 20.
Roll a d20.
17.
All right. That's a good roll. Do. Roll me another d20 to see what you're looking for.
18.
A red squirrel.
I don't want to hunt a squirrel.
So,
Redo, I don't want a squirrel.
nope. It's gotta happen.
I don't want to beat up Tom and Jerry.
So, let me see. A squirrel. He's got 1 HP.
That poor squirrel.
So you just kind of see him. You kind of see him scattering about in your view, and he's hunting for nuts not hunting for nuts. He has a bunch of acorns in his hand.
Gathering.
He's gathering, and he looks up at you with a very disdained look, kind of like a deer caught in the headlights, because he sees you.
Or is it a Disney squirrel and he don't give a shit?
No, it very much looks like a squirrel.
Yeah, but the Disney squirrels just don't give a shit.
So he's just looking up, like kind of like that very fast-paced breathing.
You got nuts.
You got some nuts? I like nuts. I like nuts. So, and it doesn't say that because on the bunnies, when you hunt bunnies,
I don't care about the bunnies. I'm hunting a squirrel.
well, I'm making sure I'm making sure that it's not the same thing. Let's see, bunnies. That's the beaver, the boar. Oh, it's actually rabbits. I'm sorry. They call them rabbits in here. Because when you hunt those, you just automatically get it. Yeah, if you roll rabbit on a hunting table, you snare D3 rabbits, but that's not the same thing for this. So, he's going to be very... So, roll me a D6 to see who is going first. These D6.
Oh, my bad. 5.
You go first.
Yay.
So, you go ahead and you pick up your axe and then you charge at it. You're going to go ahead and pick up your axe and charge at it with your axe. So, roll me a D20.
That's a 3.
That's a 3.
Yes, that's a 3.
You go ahead and you swing your axe down, and it gets buried inside of the dirt. You completely miss it. Sorry. So now, the squirrel didn't appreciate that very much. It notices that you were attacking it, and it's going to attack back. So roll... You know what? I'm going to roll this one. That is... Yep. He jumps on your leg. And he's crawling up and down you, but he's not doing any damage. He's just kind of crawling there. So, now back to your turn. Roll me another d20. You're trying to swipe at it to get it off of you.
13.
13, and you're just completely missing and just hitting yourself because you're trying to hit it and get it off of you. So, the squirrel finally climbs up to your neck. And he's going to try to take a bite out of you. But does nothing. So, you go ahead and you try to pick at it to get it off of you some more. Well, I'm sorry. That was just supposed to be roll me a d20. Hopefully you'll get it this time. It only has 1 HP, by the way.
13.
13? Still nothing. You were just kind of like dancing with this squirrel. Just like you are trying to both get at one another, but you're both being completely unsuccessful here. So the squirrel is gonna go ahead and just continue to scurry about all of your armor. So go ahead and roll me another d20. See if you're gonna hit it. What is that? That is a d20. Roll me a d8. Because you successfully hit it.
8.
It's dead. Completely.
20 and an 8.
So you grab the squirrel by its neck. And then you just pick it up. And it's trying. And you can see the lights in its eyes start to leave as you squeeze the neck. And then you just snap it. So you hear a bone crunch as you snap the squirrel. So, gamey, barely enough for 1 meal. You get a squirrel pelt, sell 2 for 1 silver point. Silver piece. Squirrel 2 for 1 SP. So no food. Okay. That was action 3. You got 1 more action.
We can move again.
You gonna move again? Where are you going?
Go up.
Going up. 262. The grass here is scorched in places, and the air smells of smoke. The few trees you see are clinging to life, but only barely. It feels warmer here than most of the surrounding areas. So nothing special. That was your last action. It is now time to roll. So you camp here for the night. You don't have much camping gear, but you try to find a nice, soft, dry area that you could camp in that hopefully you'll end up staying warm in. So... Okay, I'm making sure we were in the right time. Roll me 2d6. 2d6.
5 and 2.
So as you're sleeping, you hear scurrying appearing around you. Like all the leaves and the grass are just making that kind of sound. So go ahead. I am going to make you roll a presence check, which is going to be a d20. Roll. Oh, sorry. So roll that. I have the number in mind. Go ahead.
20?
D20.
7.
Yep, that ain't gonna be enough. It's gonna notice you right away. Guess what? You're fighting another Wolverine.
Yay!
So roll for initiative, and then whoever goes first. So that is a 3. He goes first. And if you, like I said, this game you die a lot. So the Wolverine jumps. You're laying down, so the Wolverine jumps right on top of you and starts clawing at you and trying to bite at your face. So roll a d14, see if he's successful. I mean a d20, see if he is successful.
18.
18. I'm gonna say that you were laying by a tree, and that the Wolverine just jumps at you and he completely you can move out your way because you hear him coming at you. So he gets to the tree, and you get up and pull out your axe. So you go ahead and you take a swing at him. So roll another d20.
16.
16. You hit it. Roll a d8. You swing down at your axe and you aiming for his head.
4.
That is a 4. Roll me a d4. Because he has a minus d2 for his fur.
3.
So he takes 3 points of damage. 2, 3. All right. You hit the back of his leg, and you just give it a good, like you see that their blood trickling from your axe as you pull it out, because it made a good chunk of hit. He's pretty wounded pretty badly. So go ahead. He tries to go at you again. So let's see if he's going to be successful. 7. Nope. He hits you. So he jumps on top of you with 2d points of damage. 3, so that's minus 2, so you don't take any damage whatsoever. So you go ahead and you swing at him with your axe again. So go ahead and roll me another d20.
19.
19, nice. So that is enough. Roll me a d8. You aim basically for the same spot.
8.
That's an 8. So he's going to go ahead. 8 minus 2 is 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that has 9 damage. He is dead.
Yay, better than you did.
Your axe swung down and you chopped off its head in one fell swoop.
I'm better than you.
So that
I'm better than you.
I love you too. So you get a D2 plus 1 meal. So roll a D4. That is 2 plus 1, so you get 3 meals. So now we are at 6 meals. But it's nighttime, so you have to eat 2 of them. So 6. I'm going to do that actually right now. 6 minus 2. So there's 4 food. So we are good. And then you get a Wolverine pelt, which is worth 25 silver pieces. Wolverine pelt. 25 SP if you decide to sell it. So, that being said, it is the new day. We don't when a nighttime ends in a fight, you don't get to any of your health back. You actually got to take a rest action the next day in order to gain some health back. So that being said, so that was advancement. I think we gotta go up to 20 encounters in order to advance. Let me double check that. After 20 combats that you win, not 20 kills, 20 combats, you advance. Okay, cool. So that was 1, 2. So that was 3 combats so far. 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So now it is a brand new day, lass. We're still in the hot zone. So let's roll for the weather. So we go ahead, roll a d20. It is 16. So there's some wind. So the temperature category is not lowered. So that's good. And we got to roll for the skies. That's a 4. So the skies are clear. So that's good. So minus 15 to the precipitation roll. And we are in hot. So we got to do better. Let's see. Apply 10 to the precipitation roll. Minus. Okay. One more d20. So that is a 10 minus 15 because it's clear skies. No precipitation. So good. So now we actually have to roll to see if it snows. That's basically what this roll is for. In the heat, highly doubted. So it is an 82. Minus 1 move, action, and agility. Oh, wait, no. That means it's not snowing. What the heck am I doing? Alright, anywho's it's. So now, Miss Samantha, Mrs. Guru, your 4 actions. Your 4 actions.
I like fighting. Let's go hunt some more.
You want to hunt?
Yeah.
Boy, you just love. I mean, you got 4 food, so you're good for 2 days. So roll me a d12. I mean d20.
Where's the 12? 18.
18. All right. Roll a d20. It's hot, so let's see what you're gonna find.
7.
All right. So as you scurry about in the woods, you hear the pitter-patter and feet, sounds of hooves scampering through the woods. And then all of a sudden, you just hear this big piercing cry, and you notice a large creature that has antlers on it and with fur. It's a light brownish fur that you notice. What you're hunting and what you come across is that. You came across an elk. I think I'm going to call it after this, though. So, you're hunting it. So, roll a d6 to see who goes first.
I'm trying to set up that welcome email for that other person that joined. And I realized that Fumi has set the location.
So, you actually come across an elk. So, he is going first. The elk seems a bit curious at first, but then notices the axe that's hanging at your hips. So he's getting ready to charge. Just remember, you only have 4 health here, so you might die. So he's getting ready to charge. He's going. And then he charges with his head pounced forward, and then he's going to try to hit you with his antlers. So roll me a d20. I'll let you roll.
1.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. You're not getting out of that. He's going to hit you with d8 for damage, and it's going to be ×2. So d8 damage. That is... Oh, it's a 1. 1, so you're taking 2 damage. Minus 2, so you don't take any. So you pull out your axe, and then you're going to go ahead and swing for its head. Being that it missed you, it got a pretty unnatural 1, but it still missed you completely. I'll let you have advantage on this roll. So go ahead and roll 2 d20s and give me the best of both.
The best of both worlds?
The best of one. Give me the
Definitely not that one.
No, roll it in the thing.
It was a 1.
Give me the better of those 2 options.
13.
13. All right. So you try your best to implant your axe inside of its head. Roll me a d8.
3.
3, and he is taking -2 damage. So he's only taking 1. That is elk. So 2 damage. All right. As you're hanging there, as you're kind of in front of his antlers, because you're just hanging on and you're trying to swing at its head, holding on to the antlers, he swings left and right, trying to buck you off of him. So, and he is going to buck you off of him, and so he's going to pin you to the ground with 6 damage, -2. So that's 4. That's enough to go to 0. You are completely knocked out. So, you're knocked out. It was enough to... He basically throws you to the ground, and it knocks you out completely. So, you go ahead and let's see if he's gonna... He has one more chance to make an attack, and if he does, you are gonna die. So that is an 11. It's not enough. So as you're sitting there unconscious, he goes ahead and pierces into 2. Wearing light armor. So nothing. You're dead.
Cool.
You died. This game is really fucking brutal to you. It's like Dark Souls turned up the notch. I really do like it. I may have gotten 1 or 2 rules wrong, but I find this game is really fun to play. So, but that is where I am going to cut this. This was KINLESS, compatible with Mörk Borg engine. So, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the live. So I will see you all on the next Tabletop Temple. Goodbye, my friends.